Buongiorno Mr. Jackson. Lei ha parlato prima dell'importanza naturalmente del casting. Mi piacerebbe sapere da lei più nel dettaglio come ha trovato, come ha scelto la sua Susie e se per caso Espiazione in qualche modo l'aveva visto e l'aveva ispirato, e alla giovane attrice anche là aveva un ruolo di una giovane che aveva un grande segreto e qui era morta, però insomma se c'è una qualche linea di conduzione, come l'ha trovato lei? Grazie.
We actually cast Saoirse and met with her and gave her, you know, offered her the role in the film before Atonement was finished. We had Joe Wright, the director of Atonement, was very helpful and actually sent us a DVD from the cutting room. He was editing Atonement, and we were in London, and we were meeting with Saoirse and her parents, and Joe Wright sent us a DVD with 2 or 3 of her scenes from Atonement on, because the film was still about 6 months away from being released. So it was very nice of him to allow us to have a little look at Saoirse in his film. But by then, I must confess, we'd already agreed that we were going to offer her the role, and that was just confirming how great she was. We were in Los Angeles, and we were casting in America for the role of Susie Salmon. Now, she's a 14-year-old American character, so we naturally assumed that we would find a young actor somewhere in the States. And we'd auditioned and maybe had met with about 20 different actors over there. And, you know, there was 1 or 2 interesting people, but we weren't 100% happy, and we didn't think that we had really found Susie yet. And what is actually interesting too, I should just throw in an observation, is that because the movie was set in 1973, that was obviously, you know, an important part of how this character should be portrayed. And a lot of the American actors that we had seen, it was just interesting that they were very modern. You know, these 13, 14-year-old girls who were reading for Susie, their speech patterns, the way they performed, the way they moved around, it felt like the Nickelodeon channel or the Disney channel. You know, it sort of felt very, very contemporary, and it was actually difficult to imagine a lot of these girls actually coming from 1973. It was kind of weird. We were sort of starting to get a bit alarmed about the fact that there's a sort of a generic acting style that seems to have been adopted by American teenagers that's very sort of hip and modern and not really suitable to some types of movies. So anyway, we were grappling with all that, and a DVD was sent to us, and it was Saoirse's father, Paul, had filmed Saoirse in their garden in Ireland doing some scenes from our audition script for Susie, and Saoirse's dad had filmed her himself with his camera and done a really good job, I'd have to say. And Saoirse was obviously doing a remarkable job on screen, performing these scenes. And we put the DVD on and looked at it, and honestly, and it's not an exaggeration, I mean, at that point in time, we decided that we'd found Susie. Saoirse was just so wonderful and so powerful in that audition that it was clear to us that our search was over. It was finished. We were done. So we were travelling to London a few days later, and we called up and asked if it was possible to meet with Saoirse, and also meet with her mum and dad too, because Saoirse was 13 years old at the time, and we were going to be filming in New Zealand and Pennsylvania, and obviously the subject matter of the book was of concern to us, and we wanted to make sure that if we were asking, you know, a 13-year-old Saoirse to be in this film, that her mother and father were fully aware of everything that we were planning on doing in the film. We wanted to be very open about everything. So we had a wonderful meeting. I mean, Saoirse's got great mum and dad, and yeah, that was it. Really, that DVD made it all very, very easy from that point on.
Buongiorno.